We're here, we're here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. It felt very strange not to open Viedo Tube today. But I won't teach you. I won't teach you very long. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Look, it's the hair. The hair. It pokes up. It's down. Pokes up. It goes down. Look, it moves. Look, there it is. There it is. Hello, hello. It moves. It moves. Hello there. How did I keep this under the rug this whole time? Actually, for people who've been following me for a while, you may notice that this is a drawing I did ages ago. Oops, I've got no body there. I've got to go into the thing. There we go. Let me move that. Oh no, I'm ruining it. This will take some time to practice. Move that back. Move that back. Okay, let's zoom. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. Hello and welcome. This is my Live2D model, as made by Bonnie Paws there in the chat. Say hello to her. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom out. Look at this. Look at this. I got a cape. Does a cape move? I haven't actually checked. Oh, it does. Look at the physics. 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 Whoosh. 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 But most importantly, we need to get to the most important part. Look at these shoes. What are those? What are those? Oh my god. Oh my god. There you go. I look with the background. I look so big. I look so big now. I look so big. Look at that stomp all over Rome. This is why it's in ruins. I stomped all over it. There we go. Let's get back to a normal size. There we go. There we go. Hello. Hello. My name is Sun, and now I move. Now I move. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I gotta learn to emote now though. Move my hair out the way. There we go. There we go. It's been, when did I start streaming? I think it's been I think March or April 2023. So it's been over a year. Over a year. It's been over a year now since I started, and I'm a little late to the party for getting Live2D, but I'm here. I finally made it. I beat you, Parsecs. If he ever watches this VOD. I think of the people I associate with, I think there's a few people who are still PNGs. I'm not sure who though. But let's get on to the best part. The best part. One moment. Where is it? No, wrong one. Here it is. Here it is. What? No, it's probably in the corner. I've made a PowerPoint. I've made a PowerPoint presentation. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. I've made a PowerPoint presentation. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready, guys? There we go. All right, here I am. Here I am. This is me. I am. Oh, wrong one. I'm gonna lock that. Okay, spoiler, it's just a motoring program. I couldn't get PowerPoint to work. Alright, here we go. How do I move the button? There we go. Look, it's me over here, and this is also me. And this is also me. And over here is also me. It's look how many of me there are. There's so many. And also look, we got doublons. Let me. Can I stand right next to it? Cause see, this is the drawing. It's the drawing. Is it the right height? Oh, it looks slightly different. It looks slightly different. I see the. I think they're all mine. I've got drawings by other people in there. Hold on, buddy. I'm gonna have to get back to you on this later. Hang on. No, I'll tell you later. No one's gonna notice. Oh, dear. I'll tell you about it later. Oh, dear. Anyway. Okay. So my name is Sun Albionis. Apparently, I'm 5'8". It's actually accurate. I'm either Greek or Roman. I forget which. I don't think I can ever really decide. And I do lots of reading. Look, there's me in a fancy suit holding a book. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? He's shorter than me. I thought you were short, Slushy. I thought you were short. Maybe it's someone else who was short. I can't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, let's get on to the next slide. Hang on. How are we doing for time? Okay, we're at the 10-minute mark. We're doing good. Let's get on to the time. Okay, the next slide. Okay. So we got dislikes. Very, very important. Very important. You know, the Teutoburg forest. I don't like this forest. I think it's just I just don't like it. Okay, just simple as. It's don't don't worry about it. We're not going to the Teutoburg forest. I'm also not a fan of nonsense. All kinds of nonsense. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is I read a lot of books. Okay, I read a lot of books, and every now and then I'll read a book. And I'll think, this is a load of shit. You know that. And this, I like things that are concrete. Not. I'm sure Rua would get this joke. He's streaming right now. Oh, it's tragic. But more important than nonsense are fancy cheeseburgers. I don't like fancy cheeseburgers. You see these up here? This is nonsense, okay? Look, I can't even fit that in my mouth. What is that? It's leaves in there? Or what is? No, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. No. What I want here is this beautiful thing right here. Ah, speak of the devil, and he show up here. Wait, I'm gonna go back to the previous two slides because he'll get the jokes. Let me go back. Let's see. Whoosh. Welcome, Rua. You haven't missed much. You missed the Model Ts. You know where it goes. Whoosh, whoosh. Hello, Rua. Welcome. You couldn't have waited 10 minutes on revealing it. I had a schedule. I assumed you was gonna be streaming for like a billion hours. No, there shall be no teasing here. We go deep and we go hard. But let me see. Where's my presentation? There we go. I was just getting on to the most important part. Dislikes. And first here we have this place. I'm sure you've heard of this place. We don't like this place. Yeah. So the Teutoburg forest. I'm clipping off the screen. What else we got? And then we've also got nonsense, complete nonsense. This is what we don't like. We don't like nonsense. Oh, it's so the little indent in the checks for. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm buff now. So whoa, do I have an angry face? Maybe not. I don't know. There we go. I can eat this. Look. Oh. I eat the book. There we go. And I was just getting on to the next slide, which is fancy cheeseburgers. Can't has that effect on people. Ah, hello, Halconis. I heard about your existence like 2 hours ago. Someone was mentioning you, and I thought, oh wow, he's got a cute model, and his name's Buonarroti, like Michelangelo Buonarroti. I'm a big fan of Michelangelo. He's a very, very cool artist, a very cool personality. There's a film. No, that comes later, Alpin. The Mama reveal comes later. Although technically I drew it, okay? But I didn't rig it, so it's a 2-man job, or two. Don't worry about it. But there's a film I really want to watch. I forget the name of it. It's a film about Michelangelo Buonarroti, and there's a really cool bit in it where he's. I'm sorry, buddy. Too bad. So over. There's a really good bit in it where Michelangelo, he's painting the Sistine Chapel, and the Pope comes in, and he's like, why are you painting these naked? And he's like, oh, I'll paint them in my own way. And he's like, oh, but at least paint them in the manner of the Greeks. And he's like, no, I'll paint them in my own way. And he's like, oh, but you can't imagine yourself to be better than the Greeks. And he's like, why not? We should strive to be better than the Greeks. And then he gets mad. He's like, why do you send fools to judge my work? No, Beru. How do you say your name? I've never said it out loud. Beru. This burger here, this is nonsense. Rubbish. Look at it. It's too big, and the bun is it's a weird color, and there's leaves on it. What is there? Some sauce coming out of it, and the patty is just, it's too chunky. You can't eat this. This is nonsense. What you want is this. Now this is a real burger. Look at this. It's perfectly designed to fit in the mouth. Perfectly designed. It's neither too big, not too small. Nice soft looking bun. Look how squishy that bun is. That's so tasty, And the toppings. There's some cheese, maybe some tomato sauce if you want a bit of spice. And then the patty is nice and pasteurized. It comes out of some slop. I'm not sure there's any chicken in it at all. Or beef rather, whatever they make burgers out of. I don't know. It's perfection. In fact, I ate a burger just like this one about 20 minutes ago. Go. Fancy burgers. Get out of here. No fancy burgers. What do we have? Anyway, enough of dislikes. Let's get on to the things I do like. I like my hobbies. I'm a man of hobbies and interests. And look at this cool picture. My main hobby, I'd say, is drawing. That's my main hobby. I do a lot of reading, but first and foremost, I consider myself to be an artist. I do lots of digital paintings. Look at these. Aren't these cool? I've got me sitting on a chair reading, and me sitting on some lamppost or something, I guess. in this outfit. This is from a cartoon, Miraculous Ladybug, and this is Captain Noir. He's very cool. I like him, and I kind of look like him. I've kind of got the same kind of hair as him. He's very cool. If I could ever do cosplay, I would cosplay this character. I think he's very cool, but definitely an expensive outfit to make. But I like these drawings. These are drawings very nice. But I've got more. Don't look at the closest one on the one on the right. This is the There we go. I like this drawing also. This is of a VTuber who I used to really like. This was Alva. He was a very cool VTuber, and I did this painting for him. Where he was like a dragon king prince. I don't actually remember. And he has these kobold slaves. Look, one of them's falling over. Isn't that cute? They bring him straight. So this was a cool painting. I like this painting. It's a big painting. Took me a few hours to paint. This is a cool one. Dragon Jester Prince. That was it. And there was the starting soon screen as well. This is you've all seen this one. I have this as my starting soon screen, and I like this one as well. That's another thing that I really like. I really like drawing Greco-Roman architecture. But this doesn't really show so much architecture, but this shows a lot of the interior stuff. You've got these see the thing holding the oil lamp up there. those are historically accurate. They did have those. They had those, and they were designed to look like trees. I think they would be made out of bronze. They would be made out of bronze, and then they would have hung these oil lanterns. That and this is how they got light indoors, and probably a bit of heat as well. Well, I don't know. How did they get heat? Did they have fires? I can't think of a fireplace. Well, I guess they're Mediterranean. Perhaps they don't. Perhaps they don't need fireplaces. But this chair as well. This is also like a historically accurate chair. They had these with these like really sloped legs. It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. And the chair, it's a very popular thing. They would have like tables with animal feet on them, like not real animal feet. They'll be like made out of marble or bronze or something, and it's very, very It was a very popular thing, I guess, amongst rich people. And I'm a big fan of all this stuff. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. But where's my next slide? But I also liked doing is I like doing a lot of still lifes. Like I've painted a pair of shoes here. You'll find I'm also very much into suits and formal wear, men's formal wear, like modern formal wear, and a big part of that are fancy shoes, which I like to have very nicely polished, very, very, very nice. And so these are all my digital paintings. These are still lifes, and the one down here, this is I went outdoors to do this one. Imagine that, I'm touching grass. Look, there's actually grass in the thing. Crazy. And to do this, I can't do it anymore. Actually, I can't do it anymore. I had a laptop, and I had a little tablet, and I took the laptop outdoors with the tablet, and there you go, digital plein air painting. And one day you need to rate reviewer fits. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Although it'd be so doxing. That'd be so doxing. I guess. I don't know. But here I also do a bit of sewing, and here's. Well, this is actually an older sewing machine. I don't use this one anymore. This is an electronic sewing machine, and it's not very nice. It has like weird sensors in it and stuff, and it determines sometimes that the fabric is getting caught, and it's like, no, I'm not sewing anymore, and so it just doesn't work. So I've got a different one. You'll see the other one actually. I've got a real photo of it. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Can you make a scarf? No. That's knitting. That's knitting. Sewing is where you've got pieces of fabric and you stitch them together, which I guess you could do with a scarf, but generally a scarf is knitting, where you've got just the wool, which is like in strands. I also like woodworking, and this here, okay, chocolate eggs to anyone who knows what this is in the top right corner. Okay, first one to tell me what this is wins imaginary chocolate egg. Let's see how. Digby, of course, Digby got it. Digby knows everything. It's a hand plane, yeah, a wooden hand plane. Well, it's a metal hand plane, but for wood. It's for wood. You can't plane metal, I guess. and yeah, I've got a bunch of these. I've got like a bunch of these metal ones. I've got some wooden ones. I've even got some like old molding planes and stuff there. I don't do woodworking enough, but because it takes a lot of space, and yeah, the plate is detachable. There's this little hook on the top here, and you like pull that down, and then this metal part comes out, and then the blade comes out, and then the chip breaker comes out, and it all comes apart, and and you can sharpen it and stuff, and they're very fun. They're very fun. Don't drop them. If you drop one of these, don't drop one. Really, they're very hard, but they're very brittle. They'll shatter into a million pieces. I fired up my mortiser. Watchmakering. I've seen you. Where have I seen you? I think I've seen you in Ooh to Oo stream. Tell me, do you actually do watchmaking? Because that's a very cool hobby. That's a very cool hobby. Here's another shoe. I've got a pair of boots here, and to be honest, I don't wear these boots too often because they've got like what one, two, three. They've got like 10 eyelets or something, so they come up kind of high, and I don't have socks long enough to wear them. Well, I do, but I'm not wearing nice ones with them. I do. I went to school for it. Oh. Fancy, fancy. I remember years ago, I watched a documentary about like a Japanese guy making watches, like custom bespoke watches, and he would have like a microscope, and he was like with a file, hand making the little gears and stuff. And I thought that was very cool. That looks like a very, very, very cool thing. Very delicate, very delicate. It's like machining, I guess. Machining. You got to get like the precision lathes and these diamond bits and very fancy stuff. There's a guy on YouTube who actually, I watched a video on YouTube of a guy who was making, it was like the world's smallest piston engine or something, and it was like this tiny little engine. It was like very small. And then one more still life. There's this I think some milk pot thing. I don't know what it is. And is that a gold ball? Oh, I think it's like a Christmas decoration and a candle. Just a cool still life. I like it. I imagine that would be good stuff. All right, let's see. What's my next slide? But I also do like other styles. You know, like I mainly do like painting, like kind of realistic and stuff. But I also do other styles. So like I've got like I drew. This is Diamandis, he's been streaming for a while this week. He's been streaming for like 140 hours. It's crazy. And I drew him as like Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh, which is very cool, very cool. It's who else did I draw? I drew me and Slushy. I think Slushy's still here, maybe. We was playing Factorio. We should probably play more Factorio one day, but and this is like very cool, very cool, very cool. And then this is Alva again. Wait. Oh, I'm going off the screen. This is Alva again. Who look at this cute outfit. He's so cute. I wish he would come back. He was my favorite VTuber. He was my. Oh well. Oh Alva. Oh well. Do I have another art slide? No, I don't. I have. These are like the other hobbies I do. So as you can see here, there's the sewing machine I was talking about earlier. This is my current sewing machine. Someone's got a crush. Yeah, he was so. I miss him so much. He was so good. This is my current sewing machine. It's a Singer something. It's a mechanical one. It just works. Big chunk of metal. Very nice. If you want to get into sewing, go looking like thrift stores and get one of these, and you can get one like £30 or $30 or something. It's worth having. But if you don't want to go to thrift stores, go on Amazon and get a $30 one brand new. That's like an Amazon Basics one. It's all you need. Let me guess, you need more. But what do we have? Here are two things I've sewn. There is my outfit, like in real life. Can you believe that? I actually made it. And it's actually really comfy. It's made out of linen. One piece of linen, in fact. No piecing here. It was a big piece of linen, folded over, did the sewing in it, and there we go. And I wear it quite a lot, actually. I wore it outside once. Yes, I'm that crazy. But aside from Bronze Age fashion, I also make more modern looking stuff here. This is a dress shirt, a men's dress shirt that I made out of a piece of fabric. And I also wear this one quite a lot. And this was yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And then and I need to make more of these because I've actually lost quite a lot of weight in the past year because of dieting. That it's actually a bit too big for me now, and it's a bit too big to even bring in on the sides. So I need to make some more. I'll get around to it. We have sun-made clothing. Yes, clothing made by the sun. And this is a woodworking thing. I made this entirely by hand. I made it out of pieces of wood with chisels and saws and files and spoke shaves and planes and stuff. And I did all the curves by hand, and it's held together by mortise and tenon joints. And I quite like it. It's a very nice little pedestal stool. Pieces of wood. I guess so. I think it's pine. Okay, it's pine. But it does the job. Pin? No. Hmm. Hmm. No. Well, there is glue in there, but there doesn't need to be glue in there. Mortise and tenon, where they're square shaped. They're square shaped. In fact, I can actually show you. I can actually show you. Well, I can't show you, but I can illustrate. I can illustrate. Watch this. Because my PowerPoint presentation is on my drawing program. And make sure I'm not blocking the view. I am blocking the view. Get out of here. Ah, give me the right pen shape. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. These are square shaped. Mortise and tenon. That's how this is held together. So it's I could have probably, if I really wanted to be fancy, I could have done like dovetail joins on the legs, but there would be really no point in that. It holds together very nicely. And I think today it has a flower on it. It has a flower pot on it. What else? What else? There's here. I'm a big fan of Latin. I confess I'm rusty. I'll tell you why I'm rusty later. But I've spent a lot of time learning Latin, and I can read some original Roman authors now, which is very cool. It's really interesting to read the works of ancient people in their original words, unedited. It's you can't get closer. You can't get closer. You can feel the soul inside their words. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And then there's architecture. I didn't build this. I confess. I did. This is not my building. I did not build this. This is a one-to-one recreation of the Parthenon in Tennessee. But I do like architecture. I'm a big fan of architecture, and I classical architecture specifically. I need to get more into modern architecture, but it's a bit more difficult, I think. But I like architecture. But now, even I'll tell you what. Look, if I had like more money and maybe like 100 more years to live, yeah, I probably would try building a Greek temple. But now, for the most important hobby of all, are you ready, guys? Are you ready? I also like cooking. I like cooking. I do. I'm very good at cooking, can't you see, guys? Let's go through it. What do we've got? We've got boiled potatoes and fish fingers, very tasty. we've got I don't even know what those are. I think those are chicken something. A battered chicken of some sort, and carrots, boiled carrots, of course, always boiled. Always boil everything. I don't even know what else you can do with with whatever. We've got two plain chicken breasts and a hard boiled egg. Sitting on top of Plato there. I'm sure there's a joke there, behold a man. I don't know. This one. This is perhaps my magnum opus. This is hot dogs, boiled hot dogs in bread. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, wait. I need to get another picture. I need to get another picture. One moment. Actually, we'll get through these and I'll show you the next picture. I've got the best thing ever. I've got the best thing ever in a minute. But here, this is. I confess, this was a bit plain. This was a bit plain. Okay, even I can admit this was a bit plain. This is chicken breast, plain, with Greek yogurt. What am I doing? There's no butter. No butter at all. Just bread. And then finally here we got something in batter, oh, I haven't got a clue what this is, and more boiled potatoes. You may have noticed that I, I boil everything, and there is no salt, no pepper, no seasoning. I don't even know what seasonings are. Oh yeah, okay. To be fair, this one here in the middle, the macros were cracked. It was like, it's like, if I could stomach this, and eat this every day, I would be like, I would be bigger than Alpin. But I need to go find it. I need to go find a picture. I just remembered. Where did I put it? I need to go find it. Let me go. Has image. I posted it on Discord somewhere. I gotta go find where I posted it. It's more. I'll spoil it. It's more hot dogs. Where did I post it? Scrolling. Was it that long ago? I want to find it. Otherwise, I have to. Ah, I found it. And conveniently, I can just paste it straight into here. Here it is. Okay, here we go. These are the hot dogs. Like, in England, they come in a jar, which everyone finds strange, but I don't know. They come in a jar, and you boil them. I think it may be in brine. I don't know. It's some juice, some hot dog juice, and bread reduced because it's going off. So I got it cheap. And what did I do? With this? With this bread? What did I do? Paste? No, come on. I need to copy. Copy image. There we go. Here we go. Let me close that and go back to that. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. This is what I did with it. I ate the whole thing. How many carbs are in this? So there were 8 hot dogs and 8 slices of bread. Or actually, I think there might have been 10 slices of bread. I'm not sure. I can't remember. And so I put 1 hot dog in 1 slice of bread, and I ate the whole thing. How many carbs? Oh dear. It was an interesting meal. These are all boiled, of course. These are all very tasty. And the bread, no butter, no, just bread, All right, let's get on. Let's see. Don't tell me the numbers, no. There's probably so many calories. Oh my god. I'm gonna drink some water. Well, oh, that bottle's empty. I'm gonna. Oh. Look, now that I'm at Live2D, I can do the water bottle thing where it's like you can tell I'm drinking water. Kind of. Thirsty work. Alright. This here is a drawing. This is a drawing of all the books I have read, except a couple that because I haven't updated this. This is a drawing of all the books that I have read. It's a little deceptive. Some books are bigger than they are in real life, and some are a bit smaller. For example, we have the entire Bible here. I read the entire Bible. Yeah, I'll figure this out. You might want to activate affiliate for a hydrate redeem. Maybe one day. I'm still scared of affiliate for some reason. But we have here I read the entire Bible cover to cover, and it's about that big in real life, it's not actually that big. The pages are very, very thin, very thin. You did the same thing many times. You read the Bible. You never told me you read the Bible, right? And then there's the Iliad and the Odyssey. I read those after the Bible. I'm doing things in order. Oh, also the Aeneid by Virgil. I suppose I shouldn't go through all of them. Maybe I should go through all of these. I don't know. Maybe. This is my stream. I can do what I want. What do we got? What do we got? Oh yes, the King James version. You know, thou and thee and thy and thine. All good stuff. All good stuff. I know a friend of mine has also been making their way through the Bible, but they've been making their way through the sort of newer versions. No, dragging the VTube studio, dragging rather than I don't know. I'll figure it out. Give me I didn't practice. I didn't practice with this at all. But what do we got? I can't read these. See, they're too small. They're too small. What have we got? And then I read Bibliotheca by Apollodorus, which is all about the Greek myths, and it's one of the best sources, alongside Hesiod. I haven't read a Robert Graves book. I should really read it one day. Then I read a bunch of Plato. These 4 books here, if you want to get the typical Plato story, these are basically it. This is all you need to read. And I've made these bigger than the Bible. The Bible's like 1,600 pages, whereas these are like 100 pages. So it's kind of deceptive in that way, but it makes a good drawing. But these cover, I think, like the death of Socrates and all of that. What else did I read? You really are quite the erudite. Completing the Bible is no small feat. The Aeneid, yeah, I agree. I agree, Mr. Buonarroti. The Aeneid, especially after reading the Iliad and the Odyssey, reading the Aeneid is like, this is kind of familiar. I think I know where Virgil's getting his inspiration from. The part about the Trojan War in the Aeneid, the first part of it, oh, that's great. That's really good, really good. The part about what's the girl's name? What's the queen's name? Queen? From Carthage. Forgotten her name. Not Hecuba, that's the goddess. I can't remember her name. Oh well. Well, that part was good too, but then the whole war part? Blah, 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 blah. Rubbish. What did I read after that? Then we've got... Oh, and then we got a couple ones that are sort of they're sort of the kind of things you gotta read to be, because everyone reads these books. I've got The Prince by Machiavelli. I've got Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Somewhere along the line here, I've got some other ones as well. That I've got like Sun Tzu's Art of War. And I've read all these sort of ones. You've gotta read these. Come on, guys. They're good. Then I bet a bit more of Plato. I have to check my document to know what they're all about, so we'll sort of skip over those. I wanted to read the Odyssey for a while, but I haven't gotten around to it. Oh, it's really good. It's really good. I've got there are 2 Iliads on. There are 2 Iliads on here. There is the Iliad just up there, which was a prose version I read. I can't even remember the translator. But then somewhere down here, I've got... Oh, there it is, actually. I've got the poetry, a poetry version by Alexander Pope, which I read on stream, and that was good fun. That was really good fun. That really made... See, when I first read the Iliad, I thought it was kind of boring. But when I read that, wow, so much energy, so much life. And I want to find his version of the Odyssey, because he also does the Odyssey, but I haven't found it yet. I get all my books from used bookstores, so it's a bit of the luck of the draw. But what else did we read? This book here, which I've drawn really big, but it's actually a really short book. It's like, you could read it in one sitting, is Candide, or Candide, by Voltaire. It's a funny book. You should read it. It's like, the guy just has, like, everything bad happen to him. Hello, Mo. Indeed, I'm moving and schmoving. I drew the Live2D, but I did not rig the Live2D. We'll get to the rigging credits later. Spoiler, Bonnie made it. Bonnie rigged it. And I'm it's very nice. Let's see. Then I read part of Plutarch's Lives. I read the Greek half. I have not yet read the Roman half, which is maybe kind of strange. They're good fun. However, I need to read them again. I need to read them again because I read a terrible, terrible translation. It was so unpleasant to read. You read the Roman part but not the Greek part. That's so cute. That's so romantic. It's so romantic. You know, we need to remind me of that when we get to the drawing. Congrats on the Live2D. Ah, hello G-Clef. Hello. Thank you very much. You have a Vroid. Do you have Live2D? I can't actually remember. You know the scab. But what do we got? What do we got here? There's also Argonautica by... Is it Apollonius? I can't remember. Apollonius or Rhodes, I think. I have these Greek names. But that is the Voyage of Argo. Jason and the Argonauts, I'm pretty sure. Yes, yes. Indeed, a bad translation. I think that is the only time I've had a bad translation, and it was terrible. It was just rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. So I'm gonna have to reread it. I've got another version. I've gone and got the Great Britannica Works version on my shelf. I'll read that one instead. Then, now, after I read the Bible, I thought I was done with the Bible. I thought, that's it. I've read the Bible. And I tell everyone, I said, oh yes, yes, yes. I've read the Bible. And then, you know what people say? You know what they say? They say, but have you read the Apocrypha? The mist of a non-canon stuff. And so I read the Apocrypha. It's like 100, 200 pages. It's actually quite good. It's actually quite good. There's a bit in it that's kind of like the Proverbs, where it's like good advice. No, it's good fun. It's good fun. And then there's like some historical bit about like I think a guy's like spying on a girl or something he likes. I don't know. It doesn't really add anything. You don't need to read the Apocrypha. Come on, guys. Then we read more Plato. Then there it is. There's Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's okay. I don't know much about military stuff. But let's see. What else do we have? Whoa. There we go. I've only got one monitor, so I've got to like position stuff so I can see where I'm going. Let me see. So what have we got here? We got some more Euripides. I've read lots of Greek plays. I need to get back to them. Can't read what they are. I think it's Alcestis and something of Heracles. Good stuff. And then I read Edward Gibbon's Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. However, you may notice that this book here, even on this little shelf, is really small, whereas Edward Gibbon's book is not very small. That's because, I confess, I read an abridged version. That was only about, I think, like 600 pages long or something. It's good fun. It does include his, original text. It's not a commentary on it. It was just shortened. His prose is so good. It's so good. It's like, if I could pick one time in the history of mankind when life was at its best, I would pick the time from the rise of Nerva to the death of Marcus Aurelius or something. I forget. Abridged. I will read the full version later. I promise. It's just kind of big. It's like 10,000 pages. It's like 6 Bibles or something. Then I read more plays. I've got Sophocles, I think Trachinae there, and then I've got Euripides, Children of Heracles. I think that's the one where Heracles gets killed by his wife or something. I don't know. And then I have a book by B.H. I think I've got a book by B.H. Liddell. I'm not sure what mine's on. Mine's not Scipio Africanus, but I've definitely got a book by Liddell. What have I got by Liddell? Ah, I'm not sure. Summa Theologica, there's such a Lloyd Tupou post. I've also got an abridged version of the Summa Theologica. Well, not abridged, kind of abridged. I've got the Great Works Britannica version, which is it's shortened. I think it's got the first part in whole, and then I think the rest of it is like shortened. I don't know. I'll read it one day. That's Summa Theologica and Summa Contra Gentiles, or however you pronounce it. Those are some big, scary-looking books. The Praetorian Guard murdered him. Yeah, here's Rome. Guys, we need to take a moment to think about Rome, okay? Yeah, a silent moment for remembering Rome. Oh, Rome. Why were you crying? Thinking of Rome. 1 minute for Rome. What else? What else do we have? What else do we have here? And then we've got back to the Greeks. We've got the history of the Peloponnesian War by Thucydides or Thucydides, whichever pronunciation you go for. This was a very fun read, but this was a kind of a tough read. I think this was like 700 or 800 pages or something. It was a big book, and it was kind of dry. It was like, and then he took his troops to here, and they lost 20,000 men here, and then he gave this speech here, and then 20 million civilians were killed here, and tough. And I made a big mistake. I read it before reading Herodotus, and I did it because I didn't know what Herodotus was about, so I read it in the wrong order. I've since read Herodotus. Lots of the speeches. I agree completely. The speeches are really, really good. Really good. Then we read more Plato. You can see a pattern here. I've read a lot of Plato. I'm almost finished with Plato. Actually, I'm on the Laws now, which is it's like the last official work by Plato that I've got yet to read, and I'm on book 2 of it. I'll talk about that later, I guess. What else? What have we got here? Then we read more Greek plays. We've got some plays by Sophocles. The Oedipus books. We've got Oedipus Rex and Oedipus and Colonus. These are really great fun. Man, that whole family, the Oedipus family, the gods hate them. They hate them so much. And then we read more Plato. Then we read the Homer's Iliad, as I mentioned earlier. And then more Plato, more Greek plays, and then finally we got to the histories of Herodotus, which it's like I think for the longest time I didn't know it really existed. I thought it was like everyone knows about Herodotus as the oldest historian, but surely nothing of his actually survives. No, his book survives. We have it. You can read it, and he's right about everything. I tried to see, but the image quality. Did you read? No. In fact, I haven't yet read a single book of Aristotle. you see, in my vast autism, I insist on reading all of Plato before reading Aristotle, which is, I don't know, maybe it's a good idea, but I will get to his works soon. I'm sure. Once I finish Plato, which is only a few more 100 pages, show sandals again. Oh, of course. How can I deny? Look at these toes. Look at these stompers. Are you being made to show feet? Made. I do this willingly. Oh, they're so good. Look at. These are the best feet I've ever drawn. Okay. It's very good. Look how even the shape of the sandals is precisely cut to fit around the toes. This is these are top quality. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. But let's see. Next I read Better Than Cats Returns Feet. Maybe, 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 maybe not. What did I read after that? What's this? Trying to read. Look at this on my OBS thing. I can't read it. I'm trying to remember what these say. Then we've got History of Western Philosophy by Bertrand Russell. Bertrand Russell. Who's read this book? Who's read this book? Because this is a contentious man right here. This is, usually when people write books, they don't like that. They don't let their own opinions into the book. They're very unbiased. They're very professional. Very serious. Bertrand Russell is not like that. There's a quote in it where I think he's talking about Plato, and he says something about Plato. He says, I can't remember what it was. It was something like, and then Plato's obsession with a priori nonsense ruined philosophy for the next 2,000 years. Or something like that. It's so funny. It's so funny. Isn't a history at all? It's kind of a history. It's a good book. It's a good book. I think it's a good book. What do we got? What do we got next? Let me scooch over. Make sure I can fit everything. Let's see. And then we got more plays. And then I read another history of Western philosophy. And this one this one's also kind of a controversial one. It was also a lot smaller. This is History of, I think, Western Philosophy. No, Story of Philosophy by Will Durant, who is an American in, I think, the 1920s. And he's also got I like his prose style. He has a very nice writing style. I like them. However, criticism, he skips the medieval ages. He skips all the Christians, the sort of the scholastics. He skips all of them, which are kind of lazy. Come on, man, get it together. No Aquinas, no Augustine, no Avicenna, all those guys. He skips them all. Madness. Anyway, it's a good book though. I recommend reading both of these. I think they're great. What's that down there? Aeschylus, 7 Against Thebes. This is a very famous play. 7 Against Thebes by Aeschylus. Hot take. Thought it was mid. They don't even show the battle. Come on, guys. What have we got here? And then for some reason I've got Hesiod's Theogony here. I actually read this at the same time I read Apollodorus. I should have put it up there, but I guess I forgot to squeeze it in here. Hating on Aquinas. Look, okay, I like the picture of him holding the little mini church. Okay, I like that. Oh, what have we got here? Then we got more plays. We got Euripides. Is that Rhasos? I think it might be Rhasos. That was quite a fun one. Where they're in the Trojan War, and it's about the night raid. Where they go and like steal the horses and they kill the spy. And then we got some more Plato. And then if we come down here, it's half cut off, and I can't do anything about that. I actually cut it off, so we're going to cut me off as well. Wow, look at that. And down here on the left here, we've got a book just simply titled Logic. It was a book on. Actually, no. This was a book. It was a book on Aristotelian logic, with syllogisms and inferences and stuff like that. Good fun. It will help me when I get to reading Aristotle's Organon, I think. And then, it's not on here because I haven't updated my thing, I don't think. But I did then go and read another book on modern symbolic logic, or rather, modern symbolic logic as written by... What's the guy's name? I forgot, but it's the guy who's he's very famous in symbolic logic, and it was from the 60s or something. Then I read Seneca, Letters from a Stoic, and I should have read this book years ago. It's really fun. It's philosophy-wise, it's Stoicism, but in terms of getting a glimpse into Roman life and just sort of this real living people, really good. Then we read them, and at this point, I went hard on the Plato. and I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I read like 7 books in quick succession, and then after that, I went and read the entire Republic. So I went hard on the Plato, and I read like 500 pages of Plato in like a month. But in between that, so I don't go completely insane, we read a few other books. I read a book. It's hard to say where. Okay, I think if we've got to be fair, we've got to be fair. Stoicism is real philosophy. It's got its metaphysics, about with stuff about virtue and the cosmos and stuff. It's got its morals and its ethics. It's got a system. In that sense, it is philosophy. But both from an ancient point of view and from especially from a modern point of view, it's more like just good fatherly advice. It's like to not bash it. It's a cope. It's kind of a cope. And here's my criticism of Stoicism. The only people who seem to support Stoicism are people who have never suffered. The moment anyone goes through any actual suffering, they drop Stoicism like a brick. They get out of that. In fact, in Letters of a Stoic, Seneca, in his Stoic wisdom, he criticizes one of his members for leaving the school because he came down with some medical illness. And he says, oh, he's not a real Stoic. He quit the Stoic school when he had this terrible medical illness. It's like, yeah, come on, this is what happens. It's good in theory, but frankly, it's not very good in practice. It's too detached from humanity, I think. It's too detached. It underestimates the importance of our emotions and how powerful and how much they really control us. And I don't think you can. Look, if I come up to you, and I kill your wife, I kill your children, I cut off all your legs, are you going to be a Stoic? Probably not. He with the golden hairs amazes everyone so intensely with his looks that to directly watch him is to lose vision oneself, due to how the blinding preciousness the one enters through the unprepared eyes. Bit rude, mate. I'm just saying, okay, it's like that kind of modern political ideology where it's like cool in theory. It's got a bad track record. It just doesn't work. But what else we got here? Here's a little fun thing that happened. So I read. Hang on, let me. Where am I? I'm gonna have to get a second monitor. So I read a book called Pythagoras. Now, any keen people watching will know that Pythagoras, he has no extant works. This is a commentary on Pythagoras, or Pythagoreanism. It's good fun. It goes through, from Pythagoras himself, and then his influence, how he shows up in Plato, and how he shows up in even in later sort of mystical people, like he shows up in Copernicus and Kepler, and how, if it were not for this mystical Pythagoreanism, we may not have had the heliocentric model, because or something like that. I can't remember the slide, but it's an interesting book. But one thing that bothered me when I was reading it, was that all the sources of the author of this book were from Diogenes Laertius and Iamblichus. And I was reading it, and every time there would be a footnote, it's like, footnote to Diogenes Laertius. I thought, why am I reading this guy? Why don't I just go read Diogenes Laertius? I'm clearly going to get a better read there. And so I did. And so I read Diogenes Laertius's Lives of the Eminent Philosophers. And this is a really good book. This is a really fun book. It's not like a philosophy book. It's a biography book. and he covers among Pythagoras. He covers all the pre-Socratics. He even covers Plato and Aristotle. Does he cover? Yeah, he also covers. What's the guy? What's the guy who founds Epicureanism? Oh, Epicurus, of course. Oh dear. But good book. He also has a chapter on Diogenes the Cynic, and it's so much fun. There's so many stories by Diogenes. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And then I read another book on Plato. Now that I've reached the end of this bookshelf, there's a couple more books I've read in the meantime. So I'm gonna have to use my noggin to remember what they were. They were. I read some speeches by Cicero. I read his Catiline speeches, his against Catiline or whatever. And then I read there was a couple more of him. Who did I read? Oh, okay. Here's what happened. Here's an amusing story. I was gonna go to college. I was gonna get educated. I was gonna become, proper scholar and everything. Not really. I was gonna study computer science, which it seems really off-brand for me. But I was like, come on, guys, I gotta get a job. I gotta get a real career. So I was like, I'm gonna study computing, very, very serious business. And so, but I don't know anything about computing. I don't know what a CPU is, and what RAM, all nonsense. And so I applied for this course, and then the course is going to start in 4 months' time. I was like, oh, okay. I can't fail. I've got to be smart. So I study on my own, leading up to the course, and I have this whole study plan, and I study every day for 4 months. Very intense. I spend like a whole month learning about like logic gates and CPU architecture and network topology and all kinds of stuff, and then I spend like another month learning all about coding, how to do Python and stuff, and I do it every day, and then I spend another month doing maths because you got to have good mathematics skills. So I spend another month and I do maths every day, and I'm doing all the calculus and the trigonometry and blah blah blah. And I spend like another month just sort of rounding it all off, learning about everything, and then finally the course starts, and I'm walking in there. I'm walking in there, and everyone in the class is like, they're dumbos, they don't know anything, but I've studied for 4 months, I've studied the whole course practically already, I'm so well prepared for it, I've done barely any reading in the meantime, I've just been grinding on this computer stuff, and then we get through the induction, and then you know what happens? The principal of the college, he comes up to me. Well, he comes up to our class, and he says, "That not enough people applied. Get out of here." The course gets cancelled. I got 3 days into it. I got 1 week into it, and then they're like, "Nah, no, we're not doing it anymore." It's so over. They cancelled the whole course. I can't believe it. So, yeah. I don't know. It's bad. but in that studying, I read a few books. I read a book on computer infrastructure, IT infrastructure, which talked about like how servers and databases work, amongst other things, like how computers work, how operating systems work. Cool stuff. I read a couple books on maths, basic maths, because I needed to brush up my my stuff leading up. The kind of stuff you learn in school. I had to brush up on that. What else did I read? I read another book which was on like the basics of computer science. Cool stuff. It taught Java. and it's kind of ugly. Java's kind of ugly, to be honest. But you get the principles behind what they're talking. The while loops and the for loops and object-oriented programming, cool stuff. I then read another book on Python, and I learned how to do some Python. So I spent a lot of time. So that was what I was reading in the 4 months. And then they cancelled the course. Come, oh, absolutely farcical, indeed, Digby. I couldn't say it better. Hey. Let's go on to the next slide. Are you ready, guys? Law. Are you ready, guys? Law. You guys gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Oops, I know what we're done. No, I'm gonna stand here. You ready, guys? You ready? I'm sorry. There's no law. I don't even know if I'm Greek or Roman. No, that's my law. That's my law. Look, I just read books, okay? I'm too lazy to think of law. Okay, here's a serious answer. If I say I'm Greek, then I can't read anything by the Romans because they don't exist yet. Doesn't work. How can I possibly read the works of Livy if Livy hasn't been born yet? Doesn't work. If I say I'm Roman, then how can I read the works of Edward Gibbon? I can't read The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. It hasn't fallen yet. Just doesn't work out. So I don't know what I am. Alright, now, let's get on to the credits. Here it is. This is there's no open space in this. I'm gonna have to make myself really small. Where can I squeeze myself? I don't know. There we go. We'll just stand on her shoulders. Okay, there we go. This is the person who rigged my models. Look, it's you. And now, so I drew the model, but she rigged the model, which is very, very cool. And look, she did a really good job. Look, it moves. It's even got like the cape moves. See, when I drew the model, I never bothered with like the body. I thought, we'll just do the head. But no, she did the body. So it's very, very good. She rigged the body. But look, there she is. You know, look. You know, look. Ooh. Very cool. I drew this drawing up at the top here. This one at the top, I drew that one. It's upside down, but I drew that one. I drew it ages ago, actually. It was a good drawing. I also drew this one on the side here. I drew that. I put her in my outfit. That's yes. He asked me to dab. Don't look up there, son. You can't tell me what to do. Well, the OBS can. But this is Bonnie Paws. In addition to rigging, I think she does. Yeah, she also does her own art. What has she drawn here? Any of her own drawings here? I don't actually think there are, but I'm pretty sure she made this Vroid. I think she made this Vroid. I think this is like her own Vroid. And other than that, oh, I gotta remember, I gotta do shouts out, Bonnie Paws. I mean, look, she's right there, but but she also does. I think she mainly does retro games. She's a retro like Star Fox, because she's a fox. Okay, I'm telling you now, she's a fox. Yes, what's in the bag? Son, your Oedipus complex is showing. Oh no. So over. So over. I'm sure there's some Freudian thing about putting her in my outfit. Oh dear. Oh dear. But other than that, we have look at all this other art. I may have missed some. I may have missed some. I'm sorry if I missed your drawing. But these are various things other people have drawn of me. Who have we got? I can't recognize all the names. I'm sorry, but I recognize Charlie Folds up there, Merly Azoff here. I think this is Bonnie Paws up there. Renata there. Hanabi. Oh, there's a scab I mentioned earlier. There's a scab. So, what was the joke I was going to make? Oh yeah, so we got Ruahe, who has read the Roman half of Plutarch, and me, who has read the Greek half of Plutarch. Together we have both read Plutarch. Who's on the bottom right corner? Let me see. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. It was anonymous, completely anonymous. I don't know. It's a cute drawing, that's a very cute drawing. Can I recognize anyone else? I can't recognize anyone else. Oh, this one here. This was it's happy. Look, I have a happy, which I guess no one really sees because I'm not an affiliate. But this happy here is by Gunpie, who I think is still Gunpie. Hayden in the boat. Oh yeah, the boat one. The boat one is very cute. Very cute. There's a. I like the boat. I should draw myself like on a little sailing boat, like fishing or something. That'd be cute. That'd be cute. But like, there's nowhere for me to go. I'm gonna have to go really small. There we go. Look, and just fit in that tiny little corner. I'm sure she'll give you a happy. You've got to go in there. You've got to assert your dominance, and you've got to say, "Give me a happy," and she'll give you a happy. We'll go here, I guess. This is it. This is the last slide. This is the last slide. We have made it to the end of my PowerPoint presentation. I think I covered everything about me. We got the cooking, we got the sewing, we got the drawing, we got the history, the philosophy. I never covered gaming. I never covered like gaming and stuff. One of those is you, is it? Let me try and guess. Let me try and guess. Which one is you? Trying to remember what Slushy draws like. I'm lost. I'm lost. Oh yeah, well, I'm not sure if I will do gaming. I might make my debut a short and snappy one. Otherwise, because I've got ever so little energy all the time. I can only be awake for 24 hours. Wait, no, that's not how it works. I can only be awake for however long the sun is in the sky for. I ruined the joke. Oh yeah, so gaming wise. So you've heard all about this like philosophy and history, and you think, oh wow, this guy, he clearly plays like Civilization, right? He clearly plays like, yeah, some stuff. No. No. I play Call of Duty. That's the game I play. But I don't even play that. I don't even play that because no one plays Call of Duty anymore. It's like a dead game. The old ones are. I don't care about the modern ones. They're dead. So instead, I have to play a Roblox ripoff of Call of Duty. And that's what I play. That's what I play. I play a Roblox ripoff of Call of Duty. And I don't even know how many hours I put into that. Probably like thousands. That's what I play. That's what I play. I have gone into factory games lately. I will confess that. I've played like Factorio and Satisfactory and not really a factory game, but I've been playing Space Engineers as well. And they're kind of fun. They're kind of fun. Easy to burn out on though because they're kind of dry. But I do play those. What else do I talk about? Anime. I consider myself to be a weeb. To be fair, I haven't actually watched much anime, but I will tell you some of the anime I like. I have watched Naruto. I've watched all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. It's fun. It's fun. I like Bleach. I've rewatched the Soul Society arc of Bleach like 5 times. I think it's the best thing ever. It's got such good art style, such good sound design. The power scaling is so good. I love Bleach. I don't like later Bleach. I think later Bleach, rubbish. Bah. After Aizen left, yeah, get out of here. I suppose obligatory. I've watched Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It's a cool anime. I should rewatch it. You know, my character, he's a bit of a Reinhardt inspiration, I think. What else have I watched? I can't think of all the anime I've watched off the top of my head. It's actually kind of a lot, but for the most part, I like comfy slice of life anime, like K-On!, Nichijou, Lucky Star, Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Good stuff. I've watched he's showing us Yaoi. oh, here's a funny story. So there's a very popular sort of yaoi anime called Yuri on Ice, but I didn't watch it for years because I thought it was going to be about girls. And so I didn't watch it for years. That's the one with the guy, the bus, right? I haven't watched any Ghibli stuff. I should watch Ghibli stuff one day. It's a bit too Disney-esque for me. But anyway, so I didn't watch Yuri on Ice for years because I thought it was about girls. I thought it was Yuri. So I thought, that's rubbish. And then I found out it's about pretty boys. So I'm like, yes, and I watch it. I didn't care much for the ice skating though. There was I don't know much about ice skating. I watched Run with the Wind. It's an anime about running. Well, it's pretty fun. It's kind of mid, but it's good fun. There need to be more animes about like sports and stuff, but like comfy about sports. Nothing too crazy. What else did I watch? I've watched 62 episodes of Inuyasha. Not for any particular reason. I've forgotten to watch more of the series. But I really like it. It's so comfy. It's so wholesome. I need to watch more of it. I've watched others. What else have I watched by? Actually, no, I haven't actually watched very much other stuff by Rumiko Takahashi, but I have read other stuff by Rumiko Takahashi. I've read some Urusei Yatsura, kind of fun. I've read a bit of Ranma 1/2, kind of fun. And then there's Inuyasha, of course. There we go. This drawing, this is so good. This is like, it's so strange to look at. You see, I draw myself, and usually when people draw me, they draw me, you know, sort of it's like a sketchy thing, like a little sketchy thing. So it's like, it's a sketchy. But this is like, wow, this is like professional, super high quality, and it's strange to look at because I didn't draw it. It's like, oh, okay, that sounds egotistical. I shouldn't have said that, but I don't know. It's a strange feeling. I've never had such good art before. Ranma does have a remake. In fact, the strange thing about Ranma, I've only read the manga of Ranma. I haven't watched the anime, And any time I see a picture of Ranma, I'm like, wait, why has she got red hair? She doesn't have red hair. She has black hair because in manga it's black and white. I find it very strange to see her with red hair. Or very bizarre, very bizarre. I don't know. Read Homunculus. Wait, there's a book called Homunculus? Who writes Homunculus? Homunculus. I sort of, speaking of homunculi, I've also watched Full Metal Alchemist, both versions. I really like that anime. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I need to rewatch it. No, you're talking about anime. It's a manga. Oh, let's see. There probably is a book. Where does the word homunculus come from? What is the etymology of homunculus? Somebody tell me that. Wait. I suspect it's a Greek thing. I bet it's from like the Greeks. It sounds like something the Greeks would come up with. Because I found out that I was reading I think was it the Timaeus? No. Maybe it was a Timaeus. It was a Timaeus, I think. I was reading the Timaeus, where he talks about Atlantis. And he mentions all the names that we hear in anime, like Orichalcos. It's like, it's a name of like a certain purity of copper or something. But it's Orichalcos, Yu-Gi-Oh! Record of Ragnarok that sounds like a music thing. I've not heard of it. No, not heard of it. What other anime? Death Note. I like Death Note. Death Note's very cool. So when I first watched Death Note, I was still in school, and I remember being really inspired by the light studying parts. I thought, wow, I want to be just like him, and I want to study, like, be a good study. And I never did, of course, but I was a dumb kid in school. But anytime I watch Death Note, even now I'm an old man now. Like I watch the parts of him studying. I'm like, wow, I want to be just like that. I want to have like a desk. I want to have like a pen and like a notebook. And I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna study and I'm gonna eat a potato chip. Comes from the Latin homuncula, meaning little man or tiny human. Yeah, that does make sense. You see, in Latin they often add like uli is like the end of words. They make it like little pet name sort of sounding words for little something. You get like Caligula, Caligay is a boot. Caligula is like little boot or something. Wait, Caligula, or maybe it's maybe I've ruined it. I don't know, but it's a funny like thing they do in Latin. I assume they do in other languages where it's part of the grammar where you want to say something small. Rather than saying it's like parva, that you just make it like uli. You just make it sound like a silly pet name. And I guess you get humus is like dirt, and I guess they had humanus. Yeah, they did have humanus in Latin. I was thinking Greek, it's anthropos for man, or person, human. We get like anthro, meaning humanoid. But yeah, I guess homunculi. Very silly word. But yeah, whenever I watch like Death Note, I'm like, wow, I wanna be like, yes, it's easy. I've never tried hummus. I don't even know what it looks like. I've heard of it. I know it's a thing people eat, but it's also the Latin word for dirt. You're eating hummus? Like, what are you doing, guys? What else? What's another video game I've played? To be fair, I've played very few video games. I played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. A lot of people have been playing that lately. I don't know why. Is it because it's Halloween? Like, they play the whole game just because of Pumpkin Hill? Is that it? But I love that game. I played it on stream once, I think. It's really good. I should play it on stream more than once. Well, whatever you say, Slushy. Dirt is tasty too. Ugh, and I think I'm the one with strange eating habits. Oh yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I played Ratchet and Clank. I played Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, and 3. I've completed 3 multiple times. It's kind of the easy one. I've almost completed 1. I've got like halfway through the boss battle and then I ran out of ammo, but then I also ran out of money, I ran out of bolts, so I couldn't buy more ammo. So sort of soft locked. I need to go back to a previous level, grind some bolts, and then screw that. Maybe I'll save up for the Rhino. I haven't completed Ratchet and Clank 2 though, because I spent all my bolts on poor rubbish weapons that are no good, and now I can't afford any of the good weapons, and all my weapons they're just no good, and I can't beat any of the enemies. It's kind of a skill issue, so I need to like reset my save file on that. What else have I played? I played Assassin's Creed 1 once when it came out, and I could never figure out the combat mechanics of it, and I never got very far. I think I managed to assassinate one person, and like that was it. That's my I do want to play Ratchet and Clank games though, not Assassin's Creed games, because they have like historical locations. I think they go to, I think, Jerusalem in the first game or something. They go to in another game they go to like Italy, I think during the Renaissance. But they also have like parts of the Roman Forum uncovered, and also St. Paul's Cathedral being made, and they also have the what's it called? What's that building? What's that building in? I think it's Florence, is it? The one where it's like black and white. It's got a dome. Someone's dome, not Bernoulli's dome. What's it called? Is it? I think it's like near the. Not the Belvedere. I don't know. It's a famous building. It's a famous building. I think it's in Florence. But Assassin's Creed is literally button mash fast. How to win? How did you struggle? Yeah, I don't know. Like every now and then I play a game and I just cannot figure it out. Like once I played a Resident Evil game, and the game starts you in this like shack or something. I think you're in like a building and you have to get out of the building. Couldn't figure it out. It literally the tutorial. I couldn't do anything. It was that bad. Like I didn't even get to the zombies. I don't even think I got to the tutorial even. I just that game didn't make any sense to me. I played Cars the video game, Cars 1 the video game. That game was so good. I got that on like the PS2, and like I like 100%ed that. I then went and got Cars 2 the video game for I think the Xbox 360, and I had a new Xbox 360 with it. I thought, wow, okay, I've got a new Xbox 360. I'm going to put it up like they do in the advertisement. So I put the Xbox up on its side, and I thought, oh yes. And then I instantly destroyed the disc. CK2, Calvin Klein 2. Crusader Kings. Oh, I've never heard of the game series. I probably will. I probably will try one of those sorts of games where you've got like armies and you have to like direct the armies and you've got resources and you've got to like invade the village and you've got to have like the farmers and the mines and like windmills and stuff. Like I've avoided those kinds of games for a long time because they're really difficult. When I was young, I played Age of Mythology. And I was so bad at it. I couldn't do anything. I just used cheat codes. What did I have? I had ISIS hear my plea, Wrath of the Gods. I think there was Pandora's Box. And I just used cheat codes. And I never touched another game of that sort for decades. Maybe one day. I've managed since to get into factory games. So maybe I will soon get into those kinds of civilization, whatever genre you call them, real-time strategy games. You should play Diablo. That's what do they call that? Not a MOBA, something? I don't know. Ah, I did play RuneScape. I used to play RuneScape, and I was never very good at RuneScape. I completed all the easy quests, like not difficulty easy, but like easy, medium, and some hard quests. And I could never do like Monkey Madness or Desert Treasure, and I never went to the wilderness, and I never did any bossing. I never killed Jad. Bullet hell MMO? I don't know what a bullet hell is. You're giving me genres I don't know. Look, I played Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty for 10 years. My KD, I got to 10th prestige in COD 4. I got to 10th prestige in World at War. I got to 10th prestige in Modern Warfare 2. I got to 15th prestige in Black Ops 1. I got to did they have 20 prestiges? I can't remember. I got to the highest prestige in Black Ops 2. I got to 20th prestige in Modern Warfare 3, and then I got to whatever the highest prestige was in Black Ops 2. Oh, I already said that one. And I had a very good KD in all of them. Then you should try the Realm of the Mad God. It will blow your COD mind. Realm of the Mad God. It sounds like a Monster Hunter type game. I have to Google this one. I've never even heard of it. Let's see. Realm of the Mad God. Let's have a gander. Oh, it's a top-down game. Ah, that's another sort of genre of game that I haven't played very much of. Because it's I'm too much of a zoomer. I see a game. I don't see graphics. I'm like, oh, what is this? I need to get into. I gotta become more of a gamer. All right. I think I've exhausted myself. There's many more animes I've watched that I haven't mentioned. There's a couple more games I've played that I haven't mentioned. But I did cover all the books I've read, I think. Don't fall for Tupo's tricks. So, where do we go from here? I've now got a Live2D. Will we ever see the PNG again? Maybe. It depends on. Hang on, I gotta allow a message. Why did it oh, STFU, okay. I thought it censored you. But I've where do we go from here? Maybe we'll see the PNG game. It depends on how good my computer is, whether it can run a Live2D while playing other games. I've heard a lot of people have trouble with that. Roblox will probably be fine. I intend to do reading streams. That's my main content. Even though I haven't done much of it lately, but that is my main content. I sit here, I read a book, and good fun, and we learn. Big brain. At least already. Yeah. I'll do a test run, I guess. I'll test it. Let's see. And then I want to read more Greek plays. Because I read like half of them. I've read like half of the famous Greek plays. I need to read the rest of them. I'm going. Here's a funny thing I'm doing. No one ever does this. No one I asked people about this and they said this is complete madness. I'm reading them in mythological order. You know, like chronologically, the in-universe stories. So I started with the really ancient stories like Ion and Medea and stuff, like the really old stuff, and then I go through time and we get to like Oedipus and like the sort of the story of Thebes and all that, and then we go further on and we've now reached the Trojan War. So we did Iphigenia in Aulis where they've got to go and invade Troy, but they need good wins. So Agamemnon, he's like, let's just sacrifice my daughter. So he does that, and then they go to Troy. And then I read the Iliad, and then after that, there's some plays that take place in the Iliad. We've got Rhaesos, which is like it's during the night raid, and then there's some that cover the parts just after the Iliad, which cover the death of Ajax, and I think also the death of Achilles, and all that kinds of stuff. And then they leave and then after that, then you get like a 10 or 20-year time difference, and you get the Odyssey. And I think that's the end. I think that's like the end of the Greek mythology. I don't think there's anything after that. After that, I can't. There's no notable stuff that happens. Like I think, well, I guess historically speaking, I guess you've entered the Greek Dark Ages. You know, when you think about it, the people who went to war with Troy and destroyed Troy, they didn't just destroy Troy, but they also destroyed themselves. It was essentially it was more than a Pyrrhic victory. It was mutual destruction. Everyone dies. Like, I think the only person that comes back is, I think, Odysseus, Menelaus, and like a couple others. Agamemnon gets killed by his wife. Half the people die at sea. Achilles dies. The Ajax dies. The other Ajax dies. Everyone dies. Everyone dies. And of course, Troy itself is also destroyed. There's no one left. There's no one left. Odysseus comes back to an empty world. His son, Telemachus, I think. I don't think you ever hear about what happens to him. Yeah, it really is. It's a bad end timeline. And there's no mythology after that, I don't think. I don't think there's any... There's no, you don't hear about what happens to the gods. You don't hear about what happens to any of it. I think there's some like non-canonical works where people talk about the death of Odysseus, whether he dies peacefully or whether he dies not peacefully. But at this point, I guess it's going like you get some plays take place. You get some plays that take place in like modern day Athens, or well, modern day to the ancient Athenians rather. I think that's what Aristophanes is doing. He writes about like modern day Athens with Socrates and stuff. But that's not mythology anymore. That's not mythology. When's the hemlock the hemlock redeem? I think like if you put my like the food I eat, like if there was a drink version of that, like we'd call that hemlock. Eat 8 hot dogs and 8 slices of bread to redeem. All right. That's what I'll probably do. I'll stream more reading. We'll have a bit of gaming streams. Maybe we'll play some of those factory games even. Is it too late to add to the background? Oh, not at all. Go ahead. Let me have a look. Let's have a gander. Ah, there it is. I shall add you to the board. There we go. Let's see. Is there any way to squeeze you? I think I can. You have to crop it a little. Whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh. We got fresh OC, fresh art coming in from Mr. Slushy Water 52. There we go. Look at that. There it is. Whoosh. More arts. If I had more... I'll tell you what, look, I know I'm an artist, but I'm also very lazy. If I had more money, if I was like super rich and stuff, you'd see a lot more of these. I would be an absolute scab whore. No, that's what happens especially 1 through 51. Yeah, what did you do with the other 15 chapels? Indeed, I bet non-artists they look at us artists and they're like, you have this talent and yet you're lazy. You never draw. What are you doing? One thing I'd like to do, and maybe I'll try and figure it out. It's like a confidence thing. I'd like to do a stream similar to what Diamandis does. He does these dialogue streams where he invites people onto his stream and then they chat. I'd love to do that. That would be so good. That'd be so good. We can talk about nonsense for hours on end. I should do that. I should like set that up. We'll quit like the academy or something. Maybe that's a bit pretentious. We'll quit the Stoa. Or the Agora. Yeah, no, that's even more pretentious. I don't know. But I should set that up. I should set it up. No, no plans, no plans, Tupo, no plans. I should plan it though. I should make it a thing. See, I'm always see my fear is that no one will join, which I guess that's a fear everyone has. But well, let's see, let's see. We'll see what the future holds. Now that I've got a Live2D, I was really worried. I was really worried at first that having this ring light in my face would just be unbearably blinding. It's alright. It's alright. It's not that bright. It's not that bright. No procrastination. Oh, I'm the king of procrastination. All right, we have reached. I think we've reached the end. I think we have reached the end. I can't think of anything more else to add. So let's find someone to raid. And for once, I'm actually streaming at a time when people are alive. So I'm gonna raid. I think I'll raid. I think I'll raid Dyer. Let me go into his stream so that I make sure I can skip the ads myself. Put my headphones back on. Oof. And we're gonna raid Diamandus. Raid. Thanks for coming to my debut. I actually did a debut. I did a PowerPoint presentation. Can you believe it? I did the PowerPoint. There we go. Have I spelled that right? I have, yes. Oh yeah, it's his last day as well. So go say hello to him.